welcome to Diwan. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you here tonight for this exciting discussion of a new book by Vijay Mahajan, The Arab World Unbound. At this critical junction of our country's history, I find the most positive space where young people unleash their potential is business and entrepreneurship. And I have to say I am biased in this opinion. It's where they assert their different personas as agents of change, vanguards of what is new and individual, so intrinsically what they are, and leaders of the coming era. Nowhere am I most challenged and most invigorated than when I'm in discussion with any one of them about their work and their business, which you come to realize early on in the discussion that is their life and actually a piece of themselves. As Hind and as Diwan, I take great pride in providing a forum for this energy, fueling it at times, but frankly, also feeding off it at times. It gives me great pleasure today to have with us a live example of such entrepreneurs, Mohamed, Wahid and Ahmed Kordy, the founding members of Mashaweer. Ahmed Ozlap, corporate finance analyst, a business catalyst in his own right, and mentor with Endeavor Egypt. Endeavor is a global network that selects, mentors and accelerates high-impact entrepreneurs all over the world, and Diwan is proud to belong to that network. Of course, tonight's author, Vijay Mahajan, and I would like to thank for three things. First of all, for the choice of the title of the book, which I find extremely telling, for coming here today, and for involving Diwan in his meticulous research for the book. Last but not least, I welcome and hand you over to Hisham El-Khazindar, co-founder and managing director of Citadel Capital. Hisham has just been chosen by the World Economic Forum as Young Global Leader.
Oh, we should clap on that.
Yes. I turn you over to his able hands, and I congratulate you, Hisham. You've been recognized for three of the most pivotal forces that will come into play in our not-so-distant future. Welcome, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hind. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. The problem is, after such a wonderful introduction by Hind, there isn't much left for me to do, frankly, as a moderator. I think I should just step out and leave the floor to Vijay and our wonderful guests. But before I leave the floor to them, let me start by introducing each one of them again. Vijay Mahajan is the John P. Harbin Chair in Business at the University of Texas at Austin. Vijay has written 11 books, it is, I think, to now, bestsellers, has received many awards. His latest book is the one we're here to discuss, The Arab World Unbound, and specifically to discuss entrepreneurship in Egypt and in the region, using the context of this book. Vijay, it's a pleasure to welcome back Vijay in Egypt, not only for this book signing, but he's also here as part of his research for his next book, again focusing on emerging market consumers, emerging market entrepreneurship. Vijay, thank you very much for being here. To his left, Ahmed Ozlap. Ahmed Ozlap is, and old and respected friends. He's the founder and managing director of Akanar Partners. And Ahmed is also one of the mentors at Endeavor, who I'd like to thank for organizing this event tonight, together with Diwan and Citadel Capital. Last but not least, Ahmed Kordy and Mohamed Wahid are also entrepreneurs. Started Mashaweer, and I very much look forward to hear from their experience, the good, the bad. I'll start by leaving the floor to Vijay. Really asking you, Vijay, last time you were here was 2.5 years ago. the Arab World Unbound was written and published as the Arab Spring was unfolding. It's full of extremely positive and dynamic messages. And as a great marketeer, Vijay introduces buzzwords like Shabab power and Yalla spirits. But my question to him is, looking back, being back in Egypt today, what has changed? What hasn't changed? How have the fundamentals evolved? Is the optimism embedded in this book still is it still justified? Is it reinforced? Is it under doubt? I'll leave you with that, Vijay.
Thank you so much. That's a very tough question. I was here last time in 2009 and 2010, but I had. Can you all hear me at the back?
Yes.
And but this is my, I would say, probably 6th or 7th visit to Egypt. Before this book, I wrote Africa Rising, and I have known Hisham and Gada, Citadel people, for almost 6-7 years now. So I want to thank both of them for inviting me. But more than that, I want to thank two wonderful ladies. Where are they? Hind, Nadia, where are you? Raise your hand. Please give these ladies a wonderful hand. I have also known through the email these two wonderful ladies for almost 4 years now. And I'm finally able to put the email on the face itself. So, and they're great entrepreneurs. It's a great story for my book. Now, the other was Unbound book. I finished my travel. I traveled into 18 different Arab League countries, and all the 22. And 3 I was not planning to visit: Somalia, and Cameroon, and Djibouti. And Iraq, I did not get permission to go because my university does not have travel insurance in Iraq. So they were scared that if I go there, something happens to me, then nobody can lift me out of Iraq. So that is the end of the story. No, I'm very optimistic about this region. And I'll be happy to tell you the changes that I have seen in Egypt. And I must admit, I think they are positive changes. Maybe one of them is not. First is that your customer service is fantastic, because there are no customers. So I arrived at the hotel, my God, what a service I got. There were more employees than the customers in the hotel. And I felt like, oh my God, everybody was just looking at me to serve. Whether I went to the business center or whether I went to the restaurant. As a matter of fact, at lunchtime, I was the only customer. I called them at 4 o'clock in the morning because my internet connection was not working and it jet lag and all that. And the person says, sir, I'll be very happy to come to your room. So, great customer service. Traffic, God bless Cairo.
Not sustainable though.
Not sustainable. I hope not. You don't want this customer service to be sustainable. The traffic, God bless Cairo. Gada, she convinced me the way she is, oh, come to our office to sign the books. It's going to take you only 15 minutes. Gada, it was 1 hour, 15 minutes. Coming back, 1 hour, 15 minutes. And I still love you. I love you. You all know those stories. I don't have to mention that. But I think there are 3 trends that I have seen. This time here to write the next book. My next book is that in the developing countries, the growth has to be inclusive. India has 700 million people living in the villages, and India cannot grow if India cannot include those 700 million people in its growth process. China cannot grow unless it includes 700 million people who live in the rural areas. So I'm looking at the top 10 countries, and 3 of them happen to be in Africa. I just came back from Ethiopia. I'll be going to Nigeria, and this week I'm in Egypt, and then I'll spend time in Asia. I would say there are 3 things that I have observed which I did not observe before. One is the power of the young generation, and they have found a voice. They really have found a voice. Just a couple of days ago, we were having a dinner with one of the ladies, and I thought I had left my daughter behind in Austin, Texas, and here she was sitting right in front of me, arguing like hell with me, and so articulate that you would not believe. That she had a clear vision of what she liked this country to do. I was overwhelmed. Hisham has arranged a wonderful meeting with a young man named Jawed Nabulsi. And my God, I mean, he had 250 volunteers, 7, 8 of them young people were sitting there right in the audience. And these guys are ready to conquer the planet. And they are not asking for charity. The energy that I saw, the articulation that I saw, I had not seen that before. Last time I also met a lot of entrepreneurs, but not people like them. So I think the challenge nowadays is that how this part, the energy that the young people have, how that can be channeled in a direction that the whole country can benefit. So that's the first thing that I saw, the young people. And in fact, there's a chapter in the book called Shabab Energy. And so you can see my stories about entrepreneurship and so forth. Second thing, I hate to say that, second thing I saw here is the role of the NGOs. I did not know, I must admit my ignorance, that 30% of the economy, Egyptian economy, GDP, is accounted for by the NGOs. So in fact, that gave me an idea. I'm going to go back home and see what's going on in the rest of the developing countries. If 30% of the economy is accounted for by the NGOs, that number sounded very high to me.
It does.
But it came from a very reliable source. I was in the Upper Egypt, and I met a fantastic NGO there called Mr. El-Khazindar. Did I say right?
Yeah.
And I had a great meeting with them. I was looking at the things that they are doing for the poor people and how they're trying to give them a sustainable living. And 30% was very high for me. And but these NGOs are more active than I saw them last time. Last time I also met some of the NGOs, but this time, since I was going to the rural areas, that came as a surprise, and I was amazed how active they are in Egypt. Next surprise that they came to me there is that smart companies, whether they are multinationals or they are local, they see this as a huge opportunity. They are investing more than I saw them last time. Why? Because when you have conditions like that, that's the best time to kill your competition. And so the company that I met, these guys are more aggressive. They are investing more because they believe that tomorrow is going to come. And when tomorrow comes, the customer that they're trying to load, they will love them. And so the case in point, one of the multinational companies that I visited, they are going after the markets that they had never thought before. Interesting enough, they're hiring the people who are in tourism, who can't find a job. One person I met, he became a truck driver. They found that this guy can speak English. This guy has fantastic interpersonal skills. So why not train this person? And they have converted him a micro entrepreneur for their products. And he's going into small villages and small towns. He says he has been never happier in his whole life, along with his wife and the family. So what I saw is very positive energy. And when I saw the positive energy, a lot more investments coming in, I think that used to get out. And if there are people from the media, I would beg you to go and interview these people. I'd be happy to give you those names. Go to these villages, go to these companies, and get that positive energy out. And it'll be amazing. These times are not going to stay like that. Let me also tell you, the only reason I'm in the United States is because I could not find a job in India. I graduated from one of the best schools in India. I was a very good student, chemical engineer, back in the early 70s. In 9 months I stayed. I lost my girlfriend because her mother refused that you don't have a job, so I won't let my daughter marry you. So I know it. Second time when I got a PhD in the United States, again I couldn't find a job. Because first question they would ask me is, can you speak English? And here I am after 30 years sitting in front of you. So ladies and gentlemen, I know the young people, what they have gone through, because I'm one of them. And future is bright. But I would urge the media to go and look for those positive stories. So those are the changes that I saw.
Thank you for setting this positive note, Vijay. That's a great segue, actually, to Ahmed Kordy and Mohamed Wahid. Because you guys started Mashaweer after January 25th. This is a venture that is less than 2 years old. And I think it would be great to hear from you guys about your story, Mashaweer's story, and the specific challenges as well as opportunities that operating in the current environments in Egypt, بعد الثورة, what has that meant?
First, we had, like, before the revolution, we had a small company in Alexandria. We started in Alexandria from 3 years now. We had a company, we made the prototype in Alexandria. We started with 3 motorcycles and riders, with 1 call center agent, and for the first 6 months, there was no one calling us. My mother, Ahmed's mother, his sister, and we stayed for 6 months. And we thought that in Alexandria, if we build the demand and we had the market in Alexandria, it would be easier to go to Cairo. And in Cairo, the traffic is terrible, and it won't solve it. No one can solve it like in the meantime. So we started in Alexandria, and we took the decision to go to Cairo in October 2010. And when we took the decision to go to Cairo, we said we're going to go to Cairo with a big company, a company that can be well known in Egypt, with 100 riders, and we will have to cover all of Cairo. And then in the revolution in 25th of January, the revolution happened, and everyone told us they won't give us money. My father, his father, the money is for our own business. We don't know what's going to happen. And from this time, we sat together, me, Kordy, and Ali, our third founder, and we said this year we're going to pay all our expenses. We'll buy everything this year. And in the business plan, in our business plan, the revenue we started in 2012. And we said that we will take the good point, and from this point we see in any situation there is pros and cons. For the revolution, it was very hard to take the decision to grow and to go to make a big company in Cairo, but on the other way, it was the best year to take any deal, to buy the hardware, to buy the software, to buy the motorcycles, to take a marketing campaign, the big marketing campaign. So we take the decision. We do the company and we raise the money, and we started collecting from our family investors and our friends with this point. And on May we collected the money. It was £10 million, and we started buying the hardware and the software and started renting our office here. And we took the decision to start the company or to launch a marketing campaign on December 2011, because every big company was waiting for the next 25th of January, and everyone was saying that Egypt will go in the dark and Egypt will be fired. And from this time we said if we sign our marketing campaign in December, we'll have the December and January and February a very good price for the marketing campaign. And I think this time we took like a marketing campaign with a value of 8 million, it's 2 million, and we started paying it after 1 year from the marketing campaign on installments for another 1 year. And we had the big launch, and we had a big campaign this time. And after we started, we had good things from the revolution, and we had a lot of challenges. And from this point, I'm telling anyone, here in Egypt we are 90 million. So by all means, we will not going to be tomorrow 1 million. We will be 80 million or 90 million. The maximum who can travel and who can live in other companies, like the maximum number is 1 million. So Egypt had the market. With all the circumstances and all the problems in Egypt, we have the market. We have a population. So in this time we said, our company, we are not gambling. Our company is a company that can work in this situations. If all the people are afraid in their houses and they don't want to go out, there's no traffic, and they're afraid, they will call Mashaweer. And if all the people are going to their work and there's a lot of traffic, they will call Mashaweer. That's why we took the decision in this type of business. Well, one of our most challenges that our drivers are from a low standard, the poor community. We have now 200 drivers. What the revolution made, that old people are now, sometimes you can make strikes, and sometimes they can make, we don't want to increase our salaries, or we're not working tomorrow, and this is one of the most challenges we have now. And they see young people, they saw that it was easy to make the money, so that's why we have to give us some of this money, and this is one of our biggest challenge. And by other way, you have to be some. I think like one time we did this, and we said we're not working tomorrow. They said we're not working. We do work. The company will close tomorrow, and from this time we didn't say it again, and we. By the time we had great potential in the corporate sector. First, when we launched the service, it was for only individual. Some people would call us and tell us to get something from here and there. We had a very creative orders. Someone called us once and told us, I want to go to the gym, and to ask for Karim and tell him to switch on his phone because I want to call him. So we took orders from this way to the normal orders. And for the corporate side, some corporates saw there is a potential with us because we are the only courier who can make the order in the same day. Everyone had a problem with the visa, like exactly the visa. They call you when you are in your office. I have to come to your home, and I'm not at home. Okay, I have to come to your home at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Every day at 10 a.m. I'm at the office. No, I have to come to your home. We are the only courier who can call you and tell the client when you want us to come to your home. Okay, I want you to come at 9 p.m. I will come at 9 p.m. So in the corporate sector, all the corporates now are working for us. Not all, most of the corporates are working with us now. And every time the political issues and situations, when it happened here in Egypt for 2 or 3 or 4 days, for the first 2 days we have problems because people want to use Mashaweer, but the problem that we have in Masr Garida, we have strikes, in Tahrir we have strikes, in Garden City. So we close this section. So we find that we can't do the work because of this. This is one of our challenges. But at the end, there is a motto. At the end, Egypt. If we all left Egypt and said, "Oh, I can't do business now. I can't make people. I don't want to have a lot of employees. I don't want to have a big payroll." The first time we had a payroll, Egypt was 400,000 pounds. It's a very big number for us, and we were afraid for the first month. We had 400,000 pounds payroll. We have like 300 people working in our company, but now we feel that this is the thing we made. We are now paying the salaries for 400 people. We are booking 400 houses. And they are all from the low standard, from the poor people. They are all from the people who need the money. So I'm telling all the youth that they can start, and if you are only putting 2 or 3 families, you are giving salaries to 2 or 3 families, you are changing Egypt. From 2 to 3 families only, you are changing Egypt. And this is time Egypt wants everyone to start.